Hi, welcome back to ODE YouTube channel. Today it is day 20. I'm looking for the door. Where is it? Okay, it's here. It's day 20 of the Inkvent Calendar Red Edition for 2021 by Diamine, and let's see what is inside this door. Let's try to open it carefully. Sometimes it's hard, and it is a pink ink. Okay, hard to take out. It's called Pink Ice, and it is a shimmer ink, another shimmer ink with kind of pink or rose gold shimmer. The glitter has that color, so these may be fun. Let me check to the light. It's not very clear, very transparent, so maybe it is a little darker, which may be nice. Otherwise, maybe hard to use. So, if you want to see it, I'll be right back showing you how the ink behaves. And let's now see how these pink ice will look on paper in the swatch. So, shimmering, we need to shake it to have the glitter in suspension, so I guess it's okay. And let's do the usual, open the bottle. 1, 2, 3. It seems to have a lot of glitter. It gets a little almost milky inside, so it reminds me of kind of a strawberry shake, which is interesting. And let's use the Victorinox knife to spread this ink around. And yes, I would say it's kind of a strawberry ice cream color, not a very vivid red, but we'll have to wait and for it to dry to see how it really looks. And here I am back for the rest of the review of this ink number 20 Pink Ice. So Pink Ice is a shimmer ink, and we have a nice pastel-like pink with some silver shimmer. I would say this color is nice. It looks like strawberry ice cream, those very light toned, but it has some ice crystals on top, so that's how I would describe it. I think it's a nice ink if you have a use for pink ink. That's another question that I think if that makes that much sense. Now, I want to show you the comparison with other inks, and in this part it's not very easy for me because I don't have a lot of inks that are comparable, so I will try to compare with some stuff around it. So one is the Diamine Inkvent Calendar 2021, the number 10, the Peach Punch, just for comparison. So this is clearly orange, salmon-like, this is pink. And I just want to go also for another ink from this year's calendar, which is the Party Time, which is a dark pink, fuchsia-like. I think it's fuchsia, that's we say it. I said it wrongly in the video when I showed the ink, because in Portuguese it's fuchsia, so in English we say it differently. So it's clearly it's not that ink. And if we go back to 2019's calendar, we have this candy cane, which is a a red, but it has a pink tone if it's not very, if there's not a lot of ink. So this would be most similar one. And also the Poinsettia, which is an ink from 2019, and this is a dark, strong red. So I will take this out. From other inks that I have the Pilot Hiroshizuku Yamabudo, the same kind of color as Party Time. And for final comparison, the pink ink that I have, I'm not sure if I have some Montblanc pink cartridges, but I don't know where they are. This ink, which is by a German maker, the Divine Design, and this is Divine Design Pink. I had to take it out of a cartridge and put it here. It has a gold sheen, which is fun, but it is much stronger. It's more like an electric pink than that pastel-like pink. I think that color is nice. What will you use it for? Maybe, again, for the same use as you have for a red or an orange ink. So that's same kind of use. If you prefer this ink that is not as strong as in your face as the other one. I want to show you now the chromatography, and we have here these. You can see the line, because the shimmer on this one is silver. You don't see a very strong line of shimmer, but you can see it through the light. Then all the ink washes away and it is pink. That means it will have no water resistance. That's what we can predict from this. No water resistance, maybe some glitter will stay there, but the ink will just wash away. Now, let's go for the writing samples, but first I want to show you the pens that I chose for this ink. One of the pens has nothing special to do with this. It is the Moonman M1000 Walnut. It is a replica of a Montblanc pen, and it has a fine Bock nib, and I have to say this is quite a nice pen. I really enjoy this Chinese pen. The other, it has a fine nib, as I told you, I think. The other pen I chose for this video was a pen that I think it's very well fit for this purpose. It is the Kaweco Ice, and the ink is called Pink Ice, so Kaweco Ice Sport in pink. I know maybe the Frosted Sport Blush Pitaya might be better, but in terms of color of the pen, but this one has a double broad nib, and I thought it could be useful to show you the properties of the ink on the different papers. And that's what we are going to see next. And we will start as usually with the moleskin paper. And moleskin paper, first, you see this is it's kind of a pale pink, but it is saturated, so it's not an invisible ink. It is really saturated, although it is a light color. I hope this makes sense. When you look at it, you can clearly see the shimmer with the Moonman, but much more with the Kaweco, and that would be expected because it has a double broad nib. And there you have this. There is some shading with the Moonman, but with the Kaweco also some shading that is very visible. There are parts, let me take this out because it's messing with the autofocus. You can see there really is some shading on this ink. On the other side, it behaves very well. There is no bleed through on moleskin paper, so you have this shading ink, a light pastel color. You can see the shimmer with the Moonman, but when we go to Kaweco, there is lots of shimmer. So that's it. Then we go to the Oxford optic paper, which is usually very good with sheen, not as good as with shimmer. So you can see some shimmer on the Moonman, but not as much as you can see on the Moleskine. But you can see the shimmer clearly on the Kaweco Sport. Now we try to see the shimmer again, not easy, but when we go to the Kaweco, again very visible, not so much with the Moonman pen because of the fine nib. You can see there is some shading also with both pens in this paper. It behaves very well, no bleed through as expected on Oxford optic paper. And finally, let's go for a regular copy paper, Navigator, the brand Navigator, 80 grams per square meter, and we have these. Oh, let me try to get some glitter. You see the shimmer both on the Moonman and on the Kaweco. But when we get to Kaweco, we see it more clearly. I think you can see it now there. So, about the shading, there is much less shading on this paper because it's quite absorbent, so you don't see it that well. There is some bleed through where I made this swatch, and some little points in some places, mostly with the Kaweco nib because it is a double broad. So this is the characteristics of the ink. Light pastel pink with a glitter that is easy to see in the right paper, and it has shading, well behaved ink. Now we go to the Rhodia dot pad to end these, and we have the ink, the writing. In the Rhodia we don't see the shimmer very well, but there is some with the, you can see it there, but it's not as visible as in other papers, I think. You see there is some shimmer there. This was written with the Moonman. The drying time is around 30 seconds, so there are inks that dry faster, but not bad. It disappears completely when wet, as we expected from this area here. It all completely disappears, and there isn't even a stain of pink ink on the places the drop of water went. Now, finally, I will just write the usual phrase with both pens so you can see it in action. And first with Moonman, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And then let's go to the Kaweco and the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And you can see now the comparison between the two inks. They are not completely dry, so, but where is the shimmer? I always find it very difficult to see in the Rhodia paper. You can see some shimmer here with the Kaweco and a little bit of shimmer with the Moonman, but obviously the more absorbent paper like the Moleskine is the best to see this kind of shimmer. So this is all for today. I hope you will come back tomorrow, because we are almost at the end of this long Advent calendar journey. So see you tomorrow. Bye.